So here's part two of the two-part vessel. So this is my measurement with the calipers at the middle of and on the outside of the opening from the first part of the vessel. So I'm keeping these right here beside me. I've already got this centered, and now it's time to open up what will be the top part of the vessel. For this, you're going to open it up all the way down to the back. Since it's going to sit on top of part one, you want it to go all the way to the back. I'm going to open it up just a little here. I'm just kind of eyeballing the opening from before. Right now, these walls are really thick, so it doesn't make sense to measure this yet. So I've opened it up just a bit, and I can always stretch that out a little later if I need to, if I feel like I need to. The other thing to know is you want to keep a little extra down at the bottom, so where we normally want walls to be 1/4 of an inch thin, maybe just up that just a little bit. Then that will give us extra clay to work with when we join this to the other piece. This is going to be, what's essentially going to be the neck of the vessel. So I want to keep this one really narrow. So in between poles, I'll show you here. I'm going to take both hands around it. And as I come up, I bring my thumbs up with it so it doesn't fold over itself. See my thumbs back there? So that when I'm doing this, it doesn't flop over. And let's see where we are. Because at this point, I want to know if I need this to be out further or not. Now it looks like I'm pretty good right there. So I'm getting the middle. Make sure you don't try to measure the back part. You want to get this up and around the side. So it could stand to be stretched out just a little bit here, and I'll make that happen. But you want to keep these close by because you got to keep kind of checking in on that measurement. I stretch that a little. Let's see if it's what I needed. Yes. So I want to make sure I keep that there. I'm not going to move that around anymore. Now I'm just going to work from about here and work that clay up. There are so many different forms you can come up with for, making your two-part thrown vessel. So by no means do you have to do it this exact shape. Do your research and look around at some other forms. Make sure that's staying narrow, so I'm going to pull that back in again. Whenever I do this, it makes the clay a little thicker, so you've got to go through and pull it back up again. Now, I want to see if this feels right for the other piece I have. Okay, so I'm going, let's see how I can get this on the screen. Let's see if I do this. Yeah, right there. Okay, so I'll set this right here. And then I'm going to lift this up here, and I'm going to just kind of look at it from this angle. Let's see. Hold on. All right, let's pull that up. Okay, so you'd want to be eye level with it. So I'm going to sit this down here and just kind of look and see, you know, do I like the curve? Do I like how far the rim is coming out? Does it seem to fit with the size of the bottom of this? And I think so. I think it looks nice. This feels a bit heavy to me, so I'm going to try to pull it through one more time. But I do like that. I think they match up all right. I was moving that around. It got this wobble in it now. I need to fix. And I was getting it off the wheel. It must have just moved it a little funky. Always take a sponge around the rim and kind of compress that in and smooth that out. And then I'm going to use this green rib tool, the curved side of it. Straighten out this curve, this one. Okay. Now, what I didn't tell you before about this one is don't pull a wire under that one. We don't want that to go anywhere. That's going to stay on the bat as is, and we're going to cover it. You can, though, release this on the bat. And then what we'll do is, and I'll make a video of this for you, but when these become firmer and the bottom can support the top, I will take this piece and I'll be setting it on top of here and putting it back on the wheel to smooth out and kind of throw that seam together. So that's why we don't want that one to be released from the bat. We don't want it to go anywhere. We want it to stay on center.